Hey everyone, Stu from Ukulele Zen. Welcome to the Ukulele Circus Tricks Marathon. This is going to be a presentation of all kinds of cool tricks inspired by the master Roy Smeck. About 5 or 6 years ago, I produced a whole bunch of videos teaching you these fantastic tricks. They can add a lot of pizzazz and humor to your playing. They're guaranteed to light up the room with a lot of joy. What I'm going to do is present each one of these videos with some bonus content for you. In between each of them, I'm going to be offering some extra tips. I'm going to share later on in this marathon how to play the ukulele upside down. I'm going to teach some things that I've never shared before. So I hope you'll join me for this. We'll also be visited all the way from Italy. There's a wonderful dancer named Chiara who does some death-defying ukulele circus tricks of her own. So please get your ukulele out. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends and all that jazz. Let's get started. Thank you for joining me. Let's have some fun with these ukulele circus tricks. Hey everybody! This is Stuart Fuchs from Ukulele Zen. You know, in my concerts, people have come up afterwards and they've loved when I do the little tricks, playing it with my teeth behind my head and all that stuff. I'm going to share with you all these things that I love to do, things I've learned from ukulele masters like Roy Smeck, also imitating Jimi Hendrix and just doing my own thing, goofing around on this instrument that we all love so much. These are meant to be easy, things you can put into your playing and your performance right away. They will definitely put a smile on your face and everybody else around you will enjoy them too. Are you ready? Let's get started. So the first trick I want to show you is called the C6 pull-off. I did it in the introduction just now. Okay, whenever you're in the key of C, you can end on the C chord, grab the ukulele very quickly, and create this vibrato effect. Now, it looks easy, and it is. I want you to try it. Let me outline a few details that will make it even easier for you. The secret to doing this is to, immediately after you play the chord, you have to grab this ukulele quickly. All right, and you want to hold it right about here or here. Now when you grab it, make sure that you grab it quickly. You can make a dramatic rainbow shape or just go like that. The idea is that you want to grab it while the strings are still ringing, hold it and then pull off. Now pulling off is just plucking with the left hand finger, making the open string ring. So you do this quickly and then wiggle the ukulele. Notice how the ukulele is resting right about here in this L shape that's created with the thumb and the fingers. So all together it goes like this. All right. So there it is. Tons of fun. Every time you play a song in the key of C, you can do this C6 pull off. And here's a bonus. It's kind of like the machine gun. Spraying the crowd with good vibrations though. Pluck with the fingers and wiggle at the same time. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you dug it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Ukulele Zen. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Well, that first one was pretty easy. The C6 pull-off and the Roy Smeck machine gun. It's easy to do these on any size ukulele. Of course, a soprano makes it a little bit easier to wiggle it around. This next trick coming right up is the Ratchet. I think you're going to like this one. Check out the details of how to coordinate the Ratchet in Ukulele Circus Trick number 2. Hey everybody, this is Stuart Fuchs from Ukulele Zen. I've got another ukulele circus trick for you today. Today it's the Ratchet. So grab your ukulele, let's get started. The Ratchet is really easy to do. What it is essentially scraping the fingers along the frets in between the strings. I find that when doing this, in between the second and the third string, gets the most sound. You can use your middle finger, and please feel free to vary the speed. You know, you start slow and go faster or fast and then slow. Now, why on earth would you waste time practicing this? That's a good question. In fact, ow, excuse me. It's much better. You can see it's a cool little effect. You can, just make sure you get all the cricks out of your neck before you start playing. While you're talking to people, they're not looking at what your hand is doing, so you just get it ready here and then, just scrape the frets. It's a good gag. You can also use it in a musical context too. This is a lot like the Latin American rhythm instrument, the güiro. Okay, so you could do different directions too. Short, short, long, short, short, long, short, short, long. You can also mix it into your strumming. Okay, so just mixing in a little scrape and then a little upstroke helps it to fit into the strum. But go ahead and play with this and find your own way of mixing this ratchet into your playing. It's a simple trick, and it's one that can really add a lot of spice to your playing. And just make sure that you get your chiropractic adjustment in before you begin your concert. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you dug it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel, Ukulele Zen. It really helps us out. The ratchet is tons of fun. Let me know what you think in the comment section below if you got any questions about anything. This next circus trick I stole from Roy Smeck, and if you have just the right size ukulele, you'll be able to create the blowhole. Let's check out number 3. Hey everybody! Hey, I hope you're having a beautiful day. This is Stuart Fuchs, and I hope you're digging this absolute ukulele goofiness. This is Ukulele Circus Tricks, parts 1 through 20. I'm making 20 of these videos for you to enjoy. People have been asking me for a long time to make these videos about all the Roy Smeck and vaudevillian type shticky stunts that I put into my concert from time to time. Well, here they are for you to enjoy. Today we're going to learn about the blowhole. Stay tuned. Okay, now this may seem absolutely ridiculous. Of course it is. You want to find a ukulele, preferably a soprano, and you have to find just the right angle that you're going to blow into the sound hole. Because just like blowing across a bottle, it has to go across and in a little bit. Once you find it, two things will happen. You'll either develop great diaphragmatic strength and you'll get more oxygen to your brain, or you'll get a lot less oxygen to your brain and you might fall over. It's tons of fun. Alright, so none of these ukulele tricks, we're not supposed to be thinking about them too much, but if you did want to analyze it, it would go a little something like this. You give a stop in the music, grab it quick, and then a quick burst of air. So that burst of air comes from the diaphragm. There's a whole yogic and martial arts science of breath that you might want to explore. You'll get some benefits to this diaphragmatic exercise just by going across your ukulele. All right? Now, don't do this too many times in a row, because if you fall over and hit your head, please don't call me. Just make sure you're in a padded room. You might think I belong in a padded room. Hope you have fun with this. Thank you for watching. As promised, I wanted to share some tricks I've never shared before. This one is easy to do. You just need a little bit of special equipment. This is a wind-up melody maker. You can find these music boxes at most toy stores or hobby shops. I got this at a checkout counter in Whole Foods somewhere where I was on tour. This one plays Happy Birthday, which is a nice one to have because if you're ever playing a concert or for somebody's birthday party. And one time I had this, it was somebody's birthday in the audience, and I added this to my set, and it really made the night extra special for them. So what I do is I'll play a song, I end, I place this on the ukulele, Just rest it on the surface of the uke and start cranking. Get everyone singing along. Isn't that sweet? So easy to do. You just need to find a melody maker. It's nice to have a happy birthday in your case, just in case it's someone's birthday when you're playing music. Let's keep on going with the next ukulele circus trick. Thanks so much for watching. If you're enjoying this, please give it a like, share this video with your friends. Thanks so much for hanging. This is Stuart Fuchs from Ukulele Zen. I hope you're enjoying these videos, off-the-cuff videos where I'm sharing some shticky stuff, some stuff that you can put into your playing really quickly to spice up your performance, things that I've come across just from goofing around with this ukulele, and things that I've learned from watching old movies of Roy Smeck play. Today we're going to learn how to play tennis or ping pong with our ukulele. Now for this you're going to need a soprano ukulele, something without a strap, something really lightweight. You could work fine with a concert. You could also make this work with a tenor, but the lighter your uke is, the better this is going to work for you. So get your uke, let's get started. Alright, this trick is pretty easy to do. What you're going to do is you're going to be, you're strumming along, you're having a good time, everybody's singing, and then change hands and then play tennis. 13-0. So the way you do this trick is as you switch hands, and you could do this with this hand as well. Just imagine the ball's connecting with your racket, and as soon as it connects, you pluck with the finger. Tons of fun, right? Again, if you have small children running around your house, you might not want to do this while they're running right by. You could also use this as a golf trick. Oh man, sand trap again. So check this out when you're playing. So you can almost play chord progressions with it, especially with chords that relate to the open strings of C, G, C, and then you're back. So I hope that you're enjoying all of these ukulele circus tricks videos, and I hope to see you in the next video. That tennis racket, tons of fun. This is a little extra something I like to do. Sometimes I'll do a baseball bat. So it's the same idea, but you just hold it like a baseball bat. And my bonus tip is that you can actually plan which note you play. Let's say I end a song on a C chord. So I end on a C chord, I get the baseball bat ready while the chord's ringing, and I know that if I pluck a C note, it's going to agree with the chord. So I'll strum the last chord C, bring it up here, and then hit the ball out of the park. Alright, it's of course easier to do this if you don't have a strap on your ukulele. So play a song without a strap. Get it ready, boom, hit it out of the park, and then watch it go. These are very theatrical tricks, so it's good to ham it up. You can also hit it out of the park and then walk off stage like you're a baseball player or something like that. Hope you're enjoying these. Leave a comment down below. Let's keep on going with the next one called the spin. Hey everybody, it's Stuart Fuchs from Ukulele Zen with another ukulele circus trick. Thanks for digging these videos. I appreciate all the feedback. Today we're going to learn a simple trick of how to spin your ukulele. Alright, so we're going to learn how to spin the ukulele. This is a great trick. This works wonderfully with a ukulele that doesn't have a strap, especially a lightweight soprano works great. First thing you're going to want to do is rest the ukulele in the crook of the thumb. The crook? What did it steal something? I don't know. It's the L shape that's right here. Notice how it just wants to rest there. In the first video we're doing the machine gun. And by the way, check out how it does this optical illusion. Whoa, man, that's far out. So that in itself is a cool effect that you can put into your playing. But to get into the spin, once you feel the crook, what you're going to do is spin the ukulele like this. Let's first do it slowly. So give that a try. You know, if you have a $10,000 vintage Martin, you might want to do this over a padded surface. But there you go. Another trick you can do is to turn the hand backwards, okay, and then turn it around so the hand ends up forward. So it begins backwards with the palm facing forward, and then it ends up the other way with the palm facing you. So that's like this: palm forward, palm back to you, palm forward, palm back to you. So a little bit of extra credit for you out there would be to see if you can do the spin with the strings ringing, and don't let the strings stop ringing. So that is all about keeping the crook of the hand from stealing the sound, I guess. You know, because if it does that, it's gonna steal the sound. So the way you do that is just to keep the crook of the hand, keep the fingers away. You can also spin towards you, and that's just the reverse process of the hand. Now the palm begins facing towards you, and then it ends away. You can go both ways. Alright, I hope that you're digging all this silliness and enjoying these videos. The spin is so fun to do, and I want to share with you an extra level to it. If you're feeling adventurous, you want to try this out, you might find that this is a showstopper for you. If you're playing a lightweight ukulele like a concert or a soprano and you're willing to be adventurous with it, you can take the spin to the next level and actually toss the ukulele high in the air. Let me be totally clear about this. Don't do this with any ukulele that, you know, is very expensive, or you would be very sad if it broke, okay? You have to be careful with this toss. It's making your ukulele into a stunt ukulele. Let me demonstrate what I'm talking about and how to do this safely. When I let go of my ukulele, and I've done this thousands of times and I've never dropped my ukulele, I throw it up in the air, and you know, I know where it's going to land before I even let go of it, because I'm planning it to go straight up and down. You release it right here instead of out here. You know, if you release out, it's going to fly away from you. If you throw it back, it's going to land behind you. If you throw it straight up, you'll always catch it. All right, so you might want to practice just practice, you know, just little tosses like this. Get a sense of how much it weighs, where will it land, and then you can get more adventurous. You may want to do this, of course, outdoors on a nice day on the grass. Throw it up high. One time I did this in a theater. I threw it so high up it almost touched the ceiling of the theater I was in. I've done this thousands of times, and I've never dropped the instrument. When you catch it, if you catch it this way, backwards, this is a chance for another trick. So watch, I caught it backwards. I take my thumb, and then I take this thumb, and I pluck the imaginary string. So what I'm doing is I'm faking the strum with this hand, and I'm plucking with this hand, okay? So try this out in a high ceiling space if you want to. It's totally optional, of course. You can also just do a little toss right here in front of you. See how it goes. All right, can really add a lot of drama to the end of your song. Let's keep on going with another circus trick. This is the speed licks. I'm going to teach you a cool Beethoven lick in a very, very interesting way. Thanks for watching. Hey everybody, this is Stuart Fuchs from Ukulele Zen. Thanks for clicking on this video. Today is yet another ukulele circus trick. Today is going to be a really good one. We're going to be learning some speed licks. Double stops. Some famous classical melodies that you can play with both your hands. And if you want to, you could even playing with your teeth. So we're going to go over all this today. Don't worry, it's safe with a nylon string. I'll show you. I love to use classical quotes in my stunt ukulele routines. This one, the Ode to Joy, there won't be any tablature, so just follow along. The melody notes all on the first string. 7, 7, 8, 10, 10, 8, 7, 5, 3, 3, 5, 7, 7, 5, 5. 7, 7, 8, 10, 10, 8, 7, 5, 3, 3, 5, 7, 5, 3, 3. So you can play that melody in a variety of different ways, all with open strings. Right there, I'm adding a G7, that's open 5, 7, 5. The other really nice thing to do to get some speed is to pick, pull off, and then pluck the open G string as a pedal tone. Okay, so once you get the hang of this, you'll never stop. And on and on and on. Now, if you want to play the melody in double stops, the melody line is still the same. Okay, but just follow along with my frets. Now there's a whole theory lesson in this, but this is just a quick video. Really what you're doing is you're playing the scale, C major scale, harmonized in thirds. And each third implies a chord. So there's a whole to-do about that, but just to keep it centered on the lick, what you do is pluck those top strings, then pull off both fingers, and then open. Giving away all the secrets, of course, just for you. Enjoy. All right. So for those of you who love Jimi Hendrix and want to imitate him and you have strong enamel on your teeth, you might want to play this with your teeth. You can play any melody with your teeth, and here's how you do it. Have the melody note in place. In this case, it's the 7th fret of the first string. You're just going to bring it up to your face and begin to pick, but you're picking like this. Isn't this attractive? Pork chops and applesauce. Ask your parents about that. Don't press hard on the string, and don't use steel strings. I learned that the hard way when I was a teenager. I just lightly use a little bit of the tooth and keep the lips open. Alright, so my lip is drawn up to protect it so it doesn't get caught on the string, and I'm also picking by moving the ukulele, not my face. If you want to shred, go ahead. You might end up shredding some enamel and some lip, maybe your nose too. This is a fun thing to do, of course. Have a blast. If you do this in front of people, you're going to notice that they start to scream within 5 seconds, so don't do it for that long. It's not worth cutting your face up, but it is fun. Well, that was a smorgasbord of tricks, wasn't it? You had Beethoven's melody, you had speed licks, and playing with your teeth. Now, playing with your teeth, it's not for everybody, of course. Don't do it with steel strings. Make sure that you take some time to curl the lip up before you begin. And with practice, you'll be playing a few notes with your teeth. It can go a long way to making your song presentation into something that people remember for a long time. For this next trick, I want to hand it over to my friend Chiara. She's a dancer in Italy. She has created a circus trick so cool. She's going to take you on a little adventure on a pirate ship with her ukulele. So take it away, Chiara. Thank you, Chiara, for sharing your gifts with us. That was so cool. Have you tried to make up your own circus tricks? You know, just use your imagination. I encourage you to experiment. When you take a look at the instrument, you can just maybe imagine something, a typewriter. Let's see, how would I make this into a typewriter? I'm going to tap, and then there's the little bell. You know, there's all kinds of ways that you can get creative. Let's keep the boat theme going with this next ukulele circus trick, row, row, row your boat. And keep on watching this because I'm going to show you how to play it upside down very, very soon. Thanks for joining me. If you're enjoying these videos, please give them a thumbs up. Share this with your friends. Appreciate you joining me for these ukulele circus tricks. Let's have some fun rowing the boat. Hey everybody, this is Stuart Fuchs from Ukulele Zen. Thanks for watching. This is another ukulele circus trick. This one is going to be rowing the boat. Rowing the boat is an easy trick to do, and once you get it, there are a number of different ways you can use it as a circus stunt. What you're going to want to do is make sure that your ukulele is not attached to you by a strap because you're going to need to move it freely. The first thing we're going to do is turn our ukulele into an oar. So I'm holding an A major chord and just kind of getting comfortable with holding it like this would be the first step. Then resting the thumb on the back of the neck, I row the boat. While you're moving around, forwards and backwards. Now row, row, row your boat in chord melody. When played with rowing the boat, it's a little tricky. So one really fun variation you can do on this whole theme of rowing the boat is to swing the ukulele from the wrist as if it was the pendulum of a grandfather clock, or as if it's a stopwatch and you're hypnotizing the crowd. You're getting sleepy. You want to buy a CD. And then your strumming hand comes in, but the motion of the ukulele is doing the strumming. Alright, so you can work with that. Just takes a little flexibility in the wrist and a lightweight ukulele too. One final thing you can do is you can make the ukulele into kind of like a kick line. It's as if your ukulele has joined a chorus line or something, and you go. You know, all of these are just short little tricks that you can put into a song. If you want to extend it and share with me your own video, I would love to see what you're doing with these tricks. Thanks so much for hanging with the Ukulele Circus Tricks Marathon. If you're having a good time, leave a comment down below, say hello, let me know any questions you have. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and a like. Right now I want to share with you a trick I've never taught anyone before. This is how to play the 12th Street Rag upside down on your ukulele. Probably going to have to share this in 2 different segments because there's a lot to it. This is challenging. It's took me a long time to learn how to do, but once I did it, I do it in almost all my concerts. It's so fun to do, and it will definitely make everybody in the room light up. So I hope you have fun learning this. I'm going to break down what I'm doing right now in great detail. Right now, to sit back and watch, this is what I'm going to teach you. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, and... Something like that. It's always different every time I play it. It's the 12th Street Rag played upside down on your ukulele. You want to join me and learn this? Let's get going. You're going to want a lightweight ukulele like a concert or a soprano ukulele, and one that isn't attached to a strap, because whenever I approach this segment, I'm usually coming out of something, you know, I'm playing 2, 3, 4, and you're going to want to then get in position. So no strap. So first things first, let's get used to holding the ukulele upside down. If you're using a soprano, it's pretty easy to do. You just rest it against your shoulder, and the ukulele is so lightweight that it pretty much floats away. You know, this one is very lightweight. So just rest it on your shoulder like this. If you're going to do this on a larger ukulele like a concert, or if you're going to try this on a tenor, when you hold it upside down, you're going to want the headstock to be resting against the top of your leg. Okay, so just rest it on your thigh. I cross my leg, or if I'm standing up, then I kind of do a yoga tree pose and just hold it against my leg like this. Next thing you're going to notice is when you hold it like this, you're going to want most of the weight to either be held up by your leg or the shoulder, right? You don't want your hand to be doing too much of the holding, although I personally feel a little bit of this part of the hand holding the ukulele. So just get used to this. I know this is in itself a big change. You take the ukulele like this, get in position. Hey, this alone could be your trick, right? You're just like playing, and then fake everybody out and go back to playing. That would be great in itself. If you want to go further, you take the ukulele like this. You see, I approach it from behind, take it like this. I have it in position, and now you've noticed my finger is already ready to go at the 3rd fret. So let me come in real close to my finger so you can see what I'm doing. My 1st and my 2nd finger are on the 3rd and the 2nd fret on the 1st string. You're going to want both of these fingers down for this melody. So we strum, and then lift off the 1st finger, and then open. All right, and then put them back down, and do it again. We're just keeping the strum real simple right now, and you're probably noticing 2 things right now. One is that the sound hole is right next to your ear, so it can hurt. All right, so turn your head a little bit, or turn the ukulele a little bit, or just get used to losing a little bit of hearing in this ear. The second thing you're going to notice is that, oh my goodness, my fingers are really uncoordinated like this. Of course, it's a brand new thing that you're doing. They say that doing new things with the brain and the body is a way to create new neural pathways, keeping your mind active and limber. Hey, this could be a way to stave off dementia, playing your ukulele upside down. I don't know. If there's any scientists out there that want to study this with me, I'd be happy to do the research with you. that's the first passage. The next passage, this one really took me a little while to get used to, playing my G7 chord upside down. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm taking my ring finger, putting it at the first fret of the second string, my middle finger, second fret of the third string, my first finger, second fret of the first string. But to make things even more crazy, I start with my first finger at the third fret to create this suspended G7 chord, and then my first finger moves down and then down. All right, so it's the same melody on top of this chord as this one. Because the melody is on your first string, you're going to want to make sure that you brush that string with a little more authority to make sure that the melody rings out. Notice how the ukulele's staying put? This is the secret, is to not really be using your hand to hold it up. Next, I'm using a little flick strum. Are you having fun so far? Let me know in the comments down below. Please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate that. Next, okay, so I strummed, then I flicked when I lifted up this finger. Okay, then I land here. That alone, it takes some training. It took me a while to get this. And once you're comfortable with going back and forth, you can make your own rhythm, you know. Thing. Please, it's meant to be personalized. The next part of the progression, after we go from G to C, C to G7 a few times, you go to the D7 chord, and then the G7 chord, which has a special walk up. The D7 chord, you're going to want to play with ring finger and middle finger, and then the index finger is going to make a melody between the open, second, and third fret. Alright, so check this out. That's what I do. Okay, it's always a little different depending on how the airplane food was, or what I'm feeling in the moment, or what I'm physically able to pull off. Next, move these across. Alright, and we're just going to play a quasi G7 just with these fingers. Okay, and we're just going to move up one fret at a time, from the second fret to the third to the fourth to the fifth. This one was very tricky for me to get. And what I do is I mute the middle string just a little bit with this middle finger. Hear that? Right, the walk up is mainly heard with the first finger, the first string, middle finger on the first string. Right. I'm going to play this whole first section and then we'll watch another video, then we'll come back with part 2. 1, 2, nice and slow. Alright, pretty crazy, I know. Next, I'm going to show you how to flip it upside down like this, get back to your regular playing position, and some other tricks too. Thanks so much for hanging. I hope you're enjoying this and that you have fun playing these tricks. Let's move on with the next one. Hey everybody, it's Stuart Fuchs from Ukulele Zen. Thanks for watching this video. Today, I have another ukulele circus trick for you. For today's ukulele circus trick, we're going to learn a really cool blues lick, and we'll also explore a vaudeville shtick called Blowing Kisses. Alright, now let's break down this blues riff and blowing kiss trick. I'm going to play it a few times, and then I'll break it down for you. right, now keep watching, please, because I want to share some tips on string bending. It's going to be very helpful. First of all, let's get the fingers in the correct positions. We're going to be playing the C minor pentatonic position. Alright, so it's a 3-6. I land 2 fingers. 3-6. That's the finger that's fretting. This one's there for backup when it's time to bend the string. And then 1 finger and the open string. So first step is to get the finger placement together in a relaxed way. I'm not pushing very hard on the ukulele, keeping the wrist relaxed. Now we get to the string bending. Bending strings is a matter of tightening the string by either pushing up or pulling down on the string. When you're doing a string bend, you're going to notice that the wrist, the hand, and the fingers are all involved in pushing the string up. Keep in mind, this is just a little piece of plastic, right? So don't push too hard, and you want to investigate and find out which parts of your hand are being used. As soon as you practice a string bend, stop afterwards and just take that extra 2 seconds and relax the hand. If you go right back into playing it again and again and again, you'll build up tension. If you just practice it like this, stopping, relaxing, your hand absorbs the correct motion while it's absorbing how to be relaxed. When you're doing this string bend, pulling it down towards the floor. So this is a very personal thing. You've got to find out which part of your hand is being used and where to place the hand. Notice I angle mine a little bit and I wrap my thumb around for a little more support. One thing you just want to avoid is holding onto the ukulele so tightly that you make the fingers into, little steel rods that don't move very well. You got to keep it as light as possible. All right. Now, this lick is just one of many possibilities. You could go, so lots of things you can do with the string bending. It's very expressive. Makes your ukulele moan. Now the blowing kisses part. What I'm going to do is I blow the kiss while I separate from my uke, and I'm going to pluck this string while I extend the hand. Okay, pretty simple. But experiment with different things, you can't see, but I'm extending my legs. Throw a kiss any way you want. I hope you're finding these videos helpful and enjoyable. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you have any requests. So the blues lick and blowing kisses trick, so fun to do. Hope you have fun applying this. And this pull off, you can make little jazz hands. These are, of course, kind of nerdy tricks. I love them, though. I think this is add some lightheartedness to any concert. Make sure that you add the blowing tricks to your special loved one in your life sometime soon. Now, I'm going to show you part 2 of the playing upside down. I'm going to take you through the rest of it in the next segment. But right now, here is an easy trick that is guaranteed to get a smile. You can try, if you have your ukulele, let's say at the market or something, you just, you can do this to somebody and make them laugh. What I'm doing is I'm plucking what I call the crickets. I've been calling these crickets since I was a little kid. Above the nut on any instrument, there's a length of string between the nut and the tuning pegs, and they're always going to sound a little different depending on the tension and the length of the string, but they always had this kind of cricket chirping sound. So what I'll do is I'll identify which one is a really tasty one. I like that one right there. And what I'll do is to pull this trick off, you maintain eye contact with somebody. You see, I'm telling you something, I'm giving you some story, I'm telling you something, and you're not paying attention to what's happening here. What's happening here is I'm getting ready to pluck the cricket exactly at the moment that I pull something out of your ear or pull a hair off the top of my head. It's really, really fun. This stuff can add a lot of fun to your playing. So let's keep going with the next ukulele circus trick. Make sure you keep watching though, because I'm going to show you part 2 of how to play upside down after this one. Hey everybody! This is Stuart Fuchs from Ukulele Zen. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. Today I'm beginning a 3-part ukulele circus tricks mini-series on harmonics. Harmonics are a fascinating subject, scientifically and musically, and there's so much we can do with it that I'm going to have to cover this in 3 little videos. And even then, we'll only be scratching the surface of what's possible. Video number 1, we're going to get into the techniques of what you need to do to play the harmonics cleanly using open string harmonics. We'll also learn ways you can apply them to your music. In episode 2, we're going to be outlining chords with pinch harmonics and also playing melodies using the pinch harmonic technique. And in episode 3, Anakin wreaks his revenge on Obi-Wan. No, I'm sorry. That's the other series. In episode 3, we're going to be using pinch harmonics with natural notes, and it's going to be amazing. I can't wait to show you all the things you can do with this stuff. So please grab your ukulele. We'll get started right now. So whenever we're playing notes, what we're doing is listening to the fundamental. That's what our ear is gravitating towards. But just like you can break up white light through a prism and reveal the colors, all the different colors that are making up that white light, in the same way you can break up every fundamental pitch into its harmonic overtones. So this open string has a whole bunch of hidden, so to speak. They're not hidden, they're inside the sound, but we may not perceive them until we activate the string at a certain point. So that's all the science we're going to get into, but it's really fascinating. Check it out. It's really a cool subject. The first harmonics you're going to want to learn are at the 12th fret, and then you'll go on to the 7th fret and the 5th fret. There are other ones along the string and so forth and so on, but we're going to center mainly on the 5th, 7th, and 12th fret. So what you want to do to make a clear harmonic sound is you're going to need to pick the string with a little bit of force, and I'd recommend picking open string harmonics a little closer to the bridge where there's a little more tension in the string. Instead of fretting right on the 12th fret, what we're going to do is actually rest our finger on top of the string right over the fret. So we're not pushing down at all, we're just resting on the string. Then what you do is you pluck and release. So once again, it's not the same as fretting. You're actually resting the finger on the string right over the fret. So you would move a little closer towards the sound hole, rest the finger on top of that string, and then let go. If you don't let go, the note will deaden really quickly. It gets muffled. So you pluck and then release. Do this on every string. And then you can, of course, do all 4. These notes are the same as the notes found at the 12th fret. So if you're ending a song in the key of C, right there. It's a nice little sound. It's the same as striking the open strings, but they're up an octave, and they have this shimmering effect. Oh yeah, you can do that too. The same process takes place when you're playing 7th and 5th fret harmonics. Instead of fretting where you would normally fret, you rest the finger right on top of the fret and then release. So once again, I'm not pushing down. I'm just resting the finger on top of the string and then releasing. All right. It's very helpful if you give the ukulele string a good firm pluck and maybe a little closer to the bridge, because that tension is going to help them ring out a little clearer. Same thing on the 5th fret. It's a little trickier to get these ones at first. And if you have a high G string ukulele, it's going to sound a little bit different, but the principle's the same. tree branch just fell. So there's lots of ways you can use open string harmonics. I outlined one of them already. When you end a song in the key of C, play all the 12th fret harmonics, and what you're doing is you're simulating a C6 chord. Now when you play the ones at the 7th fret harmonic, it's a G6 chord. G6. At the 5th fret is also a C6 chord. So by moving from the 12th to the 7th to the 5th, almost sounds like you're moving from C to G to C. Can you hear that? Okay, and of course you can do it the other way as well. From 5 to 7 to 12 sounds a bit like... Now if you're interested in only simulating a major chord without the 6, what you would do is you would leave out the top string. So leave the first string out of the picture and only play those 3 strings. To do that, you're going to want to stop the thumb on the first string. So see, that's a C major chord. Here's a G major chord. Here's a C major chord. If my thumb sweeps through to include this string, it'll be a 6 chord. Alright, so I hope you found this video helpful. Please stay tuned for episode 2, where I'm going to get into pinch harmonics and some other cool tricks you can do. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, drop a comment in the section below. Would love to hear from you. And if you'd subscribe to Ukulele Zen, would love you to join our community. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next episode. Harmonics take a little bit of nuance. Hang with them. They're really, really worth getting to know. The next 2 tricks will show you some extra special ways, more advanced ways of using harmonics. But right now, as promised, how to finish off the upside down trick. Okay, so you're getting... Right, and then you come out... So how do we get out of this? We get out of this with 4 chords. Let me demonstrate and then I'm going to break it down. C, C7, F, then A flat. All right, this takes a little while getting used to. What you're going to do is strum the C, and notice how I have the ring finger already at the 1st fret. That's going to play the C7. So I strum this. I twist it around, and it kind of, for me, it kind of caresses my neck, comes down into my lap, and my ring finger is right there at my 1st fret. Let's try that again. You're going to want to do this real slow, and it's totally fine. Let it be sloppy at first. You'll get more comfortable with it. 1, 2. Yeah. Next. Flip the hand around, find your F chord. Phew, at last, something kind of normal, an F chord. And then A flat 7, which is 1st finger, 3rd finger, 2nd finger, pinky. And I usually give it a nice rhythmic all together now. Goes like this. Pretty cool stuff. And of course I put a little cadence. What I'm playing is... Let me break it down again. C, 2nd finger, C, open. I move up here to this big G7, okay? 5th fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret, down to the regular G7, C, G7, C. The whole thing. 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah. I hope you have fun playing this. These tricks take time. Make sure you modify them, make them your own, personalize them. Let's keep on moving with the next video all about harmonics. Hey everybody, Stuart Fuchs from Ukulele Zen. Thanks for clicking on this video. Today, we're going to get into our pinch harmonics, demystify them. Even though it's just scratching the surface of what's possible, we're going to get into this technique. This is an awesome technique and will add a lot of depth to your playing. So grab your ukulele, we'll get started. This technique is sometimes called pinch harmonics, sometimes it's called artificial harmonics. I like to call them pinch harmonics because it's like you're pinching the string. So the way to learn to do this is going back to the open string harmonics and learning to play them with just one hand. So when we were playing in the previous video, what we were doing was we were plucking with this hand and fretting with this hand. Now we're going to do it all with one hand. So the pointer finger floats right over the fret, and then I pluck with my thumb. Alright, and you can do this at every fret. Now step 2 of this technique is to take a chord, let's take a G chord, and we're going to make harmonics of this chord 12 frets higher. Now what am I doing there? Well, this open string 12 frets higher, there's the harmonic. 12 frets above the second fret would be at the 14th fret. 12 frets above the 3rd fret would be the 15th fret. 12 frets above the 2nd fret would be again at the 14th fret. So what'll happen over time is, even though you're fretting something here, you're looking here and it's almost like you see the fingers here, 12 frets higher. It's helpful sometimes to take the shape and literally move it 12 frets above, make a, take a little snapshot with your eyes, and then when you move it back here, remember where that place was. Okay. If the next chord was, say, B flat major 7. Okay, so B flat major 7 is 3rd fret, 2nd fret, 1st fret, open string. 12 frets above that, well, 3rd fret would be 15. 2nd fret would be 14. 1st fret would be 13. Open string would be the 12th fret. Once you get the hang of seeing it 12 frets higher, even though you're holding it down here, this technique becomes really intuitive. So I'll do this again, moving from G to B flat major 7. Pretty neat, huh? Now you can of course skip strings. So let's say I start here. So it's as if I'm plucking 4, 1, 3, 2. I'll do that with this chord. It's a really, really cool sound. Now an important detail to this is that if you're going to pluck with the thumb and pinch the harmonic with the index finger, make sure that the thumb isn't right behind the finger, because if it is, you won't really get as clear of a harmonic. You need a little bit of space between this. So keep the hand as relaxed as possible, and notice how when I'm plucking, my thumb is all the way back there. Okay? Try this with every shape. It's a really, really cool thing, eh? Now we're just skimming the surface of what's possible. This is just a quick video. But what you can do is you can take single note melodies. Alright, the famous dueling banjos theme. And you have to get used to seeing it 12 frets higher. So 12 frets above where you're fretting. Those pinch harmonics are really beautiful, aren't they? Takes a little time to get used to. playing 12 frets above. Go slow. You may like to just play the C major scale in pinch harmonics for starters. Another great and easy way to begin to use these is to say you strum a chord and then you give it a little shimmer with a harmonic 12 frets above. So here I am playing the C chord. The note I'm going to make a harmonic will be 12 frets above the 3rd fret. So 12 plus 3, 15th fret. Do this a few times and you'll get a good sense of where the chords would be up here. It's like you're seeing 12 frets above all the time. Take some practice, of course, but these pinch harmonics can be a really, really wonderful way of adding a lot of pizzazz to your playing. It's actually something from classical guitar playing. It's a wonderful effect, and I hope you enjoy hanging with it. It takes patience, of course, but if you're willing to hang with it and make it into a relaxed process, I think you're going to find these harmonics bring a lot of joy. So I hope you have fun adding these harmonics to your playing. Let's keep going with one more video of harmonics, and then there's a few more tricks afterwards. Let's keep on going. Hey everybody, welcome to episode 3 of the Harmonics series on ukulele circus tricks. And today we're going to learn how to use pinch harmonics and natural notes at the same time. This technique is a little challenging, but if you hang with it, you're going to get a lot of enjoyment out of this. So I hope you'll grab your ukulele and join in. Now in episode 1, what we were doing was open string harmonics, plucking with the right hand and fretting, so to speak, the harmonic with the left hand fingers. Then episode 2, we did pinch harmonics. That's where we're pinching the harmonic with the index finger and plucking with the thumb. Okay, doing that 12 frets above anything you're fretting. Creates a bell-like texture. It's really gorgeous. Now for this final technique, it's a little more challenging. What we're going to do is we're still going to pinch the harmonic with the index finger, but we're going to use the ring finger to pluck. You could use the middle finger if that's more comfortable for you. I prefer the ring finger. So just hang with this. It may take, a little while. It may take a day or more. But if you hang with it, what happens is it leaves your thumb free to do something very cool. Now before we get into that cool thing, hang with this a little longer. Notice how my thumb is sticking up, but it's not tense, it's soft. Part is going to be to pluck the open string with the thumb while we're plucking the ring finger. Okay, so can you see what I'm doing there? I am pinching the harmonic at the 12th fret, and I'm going to be activating it, plucking it with the ring finger. But then at the same time, I pluck the thumb on the open string. So I have the open G ringing on top of this harmonic E at the 12th fret. So a really nice application of this technique is to take a chord you're fretting and then combine the natural note with the harmonic and do this texture. So what am I doing is I'm getting the 14th fret harmonic on the top first string while I'm playing the open G string. And then my thumb moves to the 3rd string and the harmonic now is at the 15th fret. Okay, if I move to a C chord, I have to think 12 frets above. If I go to a D7 chord, I have to think 12 frets above. One final idea is to take a scale harmonized in sixths, and this would be F major, in the harmonized as sixes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the harmonic on top and the naturally fretted note below. Those pinch harmonics, so beautiful to play, and this technique is challenging, so I want to give you a practice tip. Two things. When practicing this technique first, you may like to just do it at the 12th fret. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm plucking my open G string. This is a low G tenor ukulele. And then I'm activating the harmonic. My ring finger is plucking while the harmonic is activated by the first finger. Do those together and just do that. And one more time. And then you can move to the next string. You know, when we're learning something new, we have to bring a lot of patience, even more patience than you may realize. You know, like right there, you see how that was a little sloppy? That's okay. Allow your practice to be sloppy. And then try again. I would highly recommend for your own piece and for your music making to turn the chair that you practice in into the most comfortable chair in your house. So when you sit down on your practice chair, you can do no wrong. You're just getting curious about what you're playing. And instead of practicing in a manner where we are rushing, you know, like taking a handful of darts and throwing them as fast as we can at the dartboard, trying to get a bullseye, line up each shot and just practice in a calm, patient way, like this. I just did one bullseye. Another bullseye. Take time to set up each shot. Pretty soon, you'll have greater accuracy. The accuracy comes from stacking correct motions on top of one another. And in order to do that, we have to bring a lot of patience and a lot of acceptance to our playing and to our practice room. If you're doing this, you're not only going to progress with your music, you'll actually, even though it feels like you're going slower at first, you're actually going to be saving yourself time and saving yourself from a lot of stress. Make sure you catch yourself anytime you find yourself rushing, and don't, beat yourself up about it. Just stop, smile. Oh, I'm rushing. Let me slow down. And then continue. I promise you that if you treat your practice like you're just lining up one bullseye at a time, offering space to your practice, the more space you give, the more your practice becomes like water, and water wears down the rock. So, I hope your practice is relaxing and fruitful. Let's keep on going with another really fun ukulele circus trick. Hey everybody, this is Stuart Fuchs from Ukulele Zen. Thanks for clicking on this video. I'm fresh off the road and very happy to be back with the Ukulele Circus Trick series. So today's ukulele circus trick is gonna be a couple of ones combined, a little bonus for you, 3 in 1. Let's get started. So today's ukulele circus tricks are really easy. You already saw me do one of them, and it's really just a matter of hold still, and activating this side of the nut with one finger. So just hold up the ukulele and pluck this side of the nut. I call these the crickets. And just coordinate a little hand motion with it. So that's, of course, a ton of fun, guaranteed to get a smile. Next one, we're gonna have to put the camera a little lower for. For this one, I'm gonna strum a chord, grab the ukulele, lift my toe up in the air, and just gently brush. This works best if you have bare feet, but it works fine with shoes too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna strum a chord, grab hold as if I was going to do the first trick. Go back to episode 1 for that one. And what I do is I hold it, bend the ukulele towards the floor, and then just gently take my big toe and rub. No way, man. I'm going to throw my back out. You crazy? Just give it a try. You know, just lift up. Tons of fun. Finally, what we're going to do is we're going to play behind our head. This is strumming and just bringing it around, you know? Notice how my arm, you know, it's not changing that much. We want to try not to, you know, contort ourselves too much and just feel it relax into place. And voila. Up above my head, there's music in there. Up above my head, there's music in the air. Up above my head, there's music in there. Okay, so those are some acrobatic ukulele circus tricks. Give them a try. Make sure you're stretched. You got a lot of room around you. Move in a fluid way. At first, you get comfortable with it. Just go slowly. You know? You could make it into a slow motion act too. Okay, so that way you don't strain yourself. Go into slow-mo. Hey, thanks for watching these. If you dig these videos, please share them with your friends. There's a whole playlist of ukulele circus tricks on my YouTube channel. I hope you'll subscribe to Ukulele Zen and give this video a thumbs up. Really appreciate you watching. 3 tricks in one. The plink, playing with your feet, playing behind your head, all kinds of stuff. I hope that you're finding these inspiring, that you can make up your own circus tricks. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. These next final 3 are all about percussion. I'm going to share with you some other cool percussive effects you can make with the ukulele, and also preparing it with common household objects to create a special percussion instrument out of your ukulele. So let's keep on going with the next ukulele circus trick. Hey everybody, this is Stuart Fuchs from Ukulele Zen. Thanks for clicking on this video. Today we're going to begin a 3-part ukulele circus tricks mini-series on beatboxing. So we're going to learn all kinds of percussive, all different ways of combining this, strings, and over the next 3 episodes we're going to be playing some very, very funky stuff. So let's get started. Grab your ukulele. We're going to get funky. So the first thing we're going to want to do is learn how to make the bass drum of the beatbox happen. What we do is simply tap on the bridge. Okay, so don't tap too hard, don't tap too light, and if you're plugged in, you're going to notice it makes a really big bassy sound. Bass, 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 bass. After that, bass, bass, we're going to fill in the space in between basses with a snap. Okay, so snapping is just flicking the finger there. You could also alternatively tap the underside. I use 2 fingers. You could also tap up here. So, or just somehow getting this groove in your body, all right? Now once it's steady and you're locked in, try with a metronome to see if you can really keep a good steady tempo. Playing with a metronome shouldn't be a stressful experience. Make sure you're merging with it. It's your drummer. Even though it's just going boop, 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 try to hear the whole band in that one click. Boop, 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 boop. All right, now you're in the groove. You're keeping steady time. In the next 2 episodes, we're going to add more sounds to the palette. Right now, just get comfortable with this. You know, different combinations of bass, snare, and chords. Hey everybody, this is Stuart Fuchs from Ukulele Zen. Thanks for clicking on this video. So today what we're going to be doing is part 2 of beatboxing. Last time we got into bass and treble. Today we're going to bring some other elements into it. Thanks for watching. Grab your uke, let's go. So now let me show you a pattern. It's very useful for eventually bringing in strum. Bass, up, snap, up. Bass, up, snap, up. Now the up is just stroking the strings like that. Okay. Bass, up, snap, up. So whenever you're learning something like this, I highly recommend slowing it down to the point where the choreography can be exercised very smoothly. Doesn't matter if it's out of time or even very slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and just getting the actual physical motion of it. Make sure you're watching your own hand when you do this. Don't be watching away. I know you're watching the screen right now, but when you pause the video and try this, really look at right, up, snap, up, bass, up, snap, up, and I highly recommend you verbalizing on your own what you're doing. So if you verbalize and look at the command that the brain is sending down to the hand, you will receive it in the form of feedback through the ears, through the eyes, through all the senses of touch. This can help the learning process be very, very thorough. So watch what I do. Say it aloud yourself. Bass, up, snap, up. Bass, up, snap, up. You could say other words. You could go boom, shik, cha, shik, boom, shik, cha, shake, or it could be boom, vit, bat, vit, boom, vit, bat, vit, boom, vit, bat. So give this a try now with a chord. Bass, up, snap, up, bass, up, snap, up, then change, bass, up, snap, up, bass, up, snap, up. Now, I want to emphasize that as I'm doing this, I'm not playing very hard. It seems like I am, and when you're first trying this, you may end up really snapping the finger hard. So finding the zen in it, so to speak, would be finding just how little pressure is needed to make a full sound. Don't use any more effort than necessary, and keep it light. That's going to take a practice of connection with what it actually feels like. So stop right there and check in. Is it a light touch, or was I touching too hard? And subtract your effort from there. So I wish you lots of fun with this rhythm. Please make your own variations. Would love to hear from you too. If you'd leave a comment in the section below, would love to hear from you and how it's going. So much to explore with percussion. I want to add another pattern, and then if you watch all the way to the end, I have a very special avant-garde way of preparing your ukulele with common household objects. So check this out. Here's the next pattern. You're going to go bass, up, tap, up, bass, down, up, tap, up, bass, up, tap, up, bass, down, up, tap, up. You can add chords, you can open it up and let it ring, or you can keep the whole thing muted. Alright, so right there I was going bass, down, up, tap, up, bass, down, up, tap, up. So you can see with my tap of the bass, and then my tap here, I'm using my thumb for both of those. Good idea just to get comfortable with this rhythm. And then add some chords. So what I'm doing here is I'm muting on the bass, down, up on an A minor chord, then I mute and tap, and then I down, up, mute and bass. Bass. We're going to pick it up in speed. Ready? Here we go. Okay, in a moment we're going to double the speed. Get ready. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Cool pattern, right? Make sure that you take breaks often. Don't tap too hard because you don't want to hurt your thumb. If you're still watching all the way to the end, you are a person with a great attention span. I really appreciate that. There's one more circus trick, and then when we come back, I'm going to share with you something very, very cool, something unique, something avant-garde. Let's keep on watching. Hey everybody, this is Stuart Fuchs from Ukulele Zen. Thanks for watching. I love hearing from all of you and how much these videos are helping you out and making your ukulele playing a little more fun, a little lighter. Today's rhythm is a bit more advanced. I used to play cowbell and a go-go bell and shaker in a Samba band. It was a marching band with just horns, percussion. That is easy to do when you get into it. It's boom, boom, da, da, boom, boom, da, da, da. Now let's leave this hand out of the picture for a moment. It's bass, bass, high, high, bass, bass, high, high, high. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. You know, you can change up the sounds. 1, 2. Now what I'm doing here is I'm in between each strike of the right hand, I am tapping the strings with my left hand. So once I'm clear on this part, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, just allow this to go back and forth. You're filling in the spaces after each right hand rhythmic event this is playing. Bass, bass. Alright, once you get this down, you can really, especially if you can hammer pretty decently on the ukulele, go. Roll the hand. You could even begin to bring the ratchet into it. Bass, bass, tap, tap, bass, bass, tap, 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 bass, bass, tap, tap, bass, bass, tap. So hang out with this, slow it down if you need to. Thanks again for watching. I hope that you enjoy these rhythms and that you become one with the strum and enjoy every single moment. Wow, thank you so much for hanging with the entire Ukulele Circus Tricks Marathon. For this final segment, I want to share with you some ways that you can create an entirely different instrument by preparing the strings with some common household objects. Before we get into this last trick, I just want to say thank you so much for hanging and for watching this entire video. You know, these days, People are watching 15-second videos, 1-minute videos on YouTube or TikTok, and the fact that you hung for this entire long-form video means a lot to me. It shows me that you have a great attention span, a great enthusiasm for music, and that you're interested in doing something different with your music. So I appreciate that very much. If you haven't already, hope you'll subscribe to my channel, click the channel homepage so you can check out some of the other videos that I have made throughout the years. I hope they serve you well. Please share them with your friends, click that like button, etc., etc. Thank you very much. You know, many years ago, 25 or so years ago, I used to play more avant-garde music. And what I would do is I would have my guitar prepared with different household objects. I don't have many of them with me right now. I've lost them over the years, but I would take knitting needles, I would take alligator clips, fishing weights, and place them on the electric guitar strings. One time I drizzled rice onto a metal plate that was over the pickups, and I would run all these different sounds into different effects pedals and loops to create all kinds of soundscapes. I would then read poetry over it, or sometimes show films that I created. I'll get back into that someday, and I just want to share with you this. This is kind of an avant-garde way of approaching the instrument. It's going to sound different on every different ukulele. You can try this on a baritone or any size ukulele. But let's start with this one. You take a coffee stirrer. You know, next time you get in a cup of coffee, just bring home a couple of extra wooden stirrers. And I'm just going to experiment with what does this do? Well, it creates a percussion effect. It kind of rattles it. And what I've done is, and there's so many ways to do this. You can weave it in and out of the strings like this. See, I've engaged all 4 strings kind of close to the nut, and that's going to be tighter. What if I moved it down here? A little less of a pitch, right up here where it's tighter. You can hear more of a note. So every place you place them, every way that you weave these in and out of the strings is going to create a different effect. So let's just leave this here as one of the tones. This will be another tone. And you know, if you had a loop pedal, this would be the first loop. All right, next I may prepare this side. Maybe I'll make how about I'll do one over here that really is floppy. See how that flops? Then I'm gonna take this alligator clip and I'm gonna stick it on the string somewhere kind of close to the bridge, and it's going to create an entirely different sound. Let's find just the right spot for it. Right there. Listen to that. Now, if this intrigues you and you don't think I've totally lost my mind or something, you can experiment with this and understand that you're not playing standard music. You're going into an entirely different space. And you can play with different grooves, or it can be arrhythmic. You know, this kind of music can shift midway. I used to see how it shifted right there? So I am playing a duet with the silence right now in ways that are unexpected and in ways that will invite you into a new sense of attention. See, for me, the avant-garde was never about let me be as weird as I can be or thumb my nose at convention. It's an aesthetic of let me invite the listener and myself into a new way of listening to the unexpected, hidden sounds that are just waiting to be liberated. Silence is always a big part of this kind of music. Thank you very much for hanging with this. There's more to explore with this, but maybe this just gives you a little bit of a springboard for you to begin to experiment with preparing your ukulele. Thanks so much for watching this extended marathon of ukulele circus tricks. Look forward to seeing you in another video sometime soon. All blessings. Thank you.